So here we have the B&K Model 700. This is the Dynamic Mutual Conductance Tube Tester. Excuse me. This one is in okay condition. It wasn't stored in the best place. As you can see, there's a little bit of rust on the on the latches here, also on the hinge on the handle there. The case on the outer case is actually pretty nice. The meter is nice. All the tube sockets are, I believe, original. And I've tested this tube tester. It has an issue, but it does work. I tested these bottom ones. I've even used the little, this one I've tested. This socket works good. I've tested the like a 6LQ6 in here, which we'll show you later, works well. This socket also works. I tested some 5U4s, good meter movement. Everything seems to work properly. However, when I test, I'll go ahead and turn it on here. Turning the unit on. When I test up here, for whatever reason, now you can see the tube is lit up. The meter does not want to go in the right direction. When you press the test button, and I've got the settings correct. I've got the 12 volt setting here with the sensitivity correct. This is a 12BY7, but when I press test, you'll watch what the meter does. It goes down, which is not correct. It's supposed to go up. So we're going to pause the video and load a different tube, and I'll show you that the tester does work. Okay, so continuing now, we've removed the 12BY7 tube and went ahead and changed the voltage down to 5 volts. I have a 5U4 in the socket here, as you can see there. I love this tube tester. A lot of these are printed right on the unit itself. It tells the settings to have and so forth. Sensitivity 16, as you can see. We'll go ahead and turn this one on and let the tester warm up for just a minute. But and I know the 5U4 is a good one, very strong. It actually tests as new in my TV7. And while it's warming up real quickly, I'll show you that this does have the complete tube chart here, as well as underneath here the basically the instruction manual on how to use the tester. Not too difficult, I will say that for it. Anyway, so here we'll go ahead and test the tube here. So you can see it's a very good tube. There's test one, and this is the neat thing about these B&K testers. You can do both tests on both sides of the tube. Instead of changing switches, they've given you two buttons to press. So here's test one again. Test at about 110 on that side. You press this side, test at 120. It's a full scale on this particular tube. But nice movement on the meter. Meter's working correctly as it should. And so that socket works good. I've only tested a couple down here because I don't have all the tubes like this is a Lochtel. I don't have any of those. But this socket works quite well. I tested a couple of 6LQ6s, worked fine, and then I tested one of these little guys here, and that also worked. So it has an issue, don't know what it is, but all the tube sockets are nice and tight. They're original. I've plugged tubes into them, and they go in fine, but again, the problem there, so it needs to be repaired. So once again, the B&K Model 700 Dynamic Mutual Conductance Tube Tester.